Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. We welcome all present and those who are reaching us via our live stream platforms, that is Smart Bilal, YouTube and Facebook, to today's JUMMAH program at Masjid Al-Haq, the entrance of Lodium, Victoria, South Africa. Today's talk is entitled The Double Standards of the World on Palestine and Ukraine. The JUMMAH talk will be delivered by Brother Yusuf Mustafa, who is a seasoned journalist as well as a researcher at Radio 1584 and Medina Media. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala against Shaitan, the rejected one. I begin with the mighty name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace and salutations be upon Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, companions, and the entire Muslim Ummah. Our deepest condolences to the people of Palestine for the daily loss of lives for the past 75 years. And I'm sure you see in mainstream media or social media the brutalities daily that is meted out at the people of Palestine. Every day we witness a systematic massacre taking place in the occupied land of Palestine. Every day we witness homes being demolished in droves, women and children being demonized, and others sent to prison without any trial. The youth of Palestine, their future is either cut short by imprisonment or cut completely off by death. We have realized that on a daily basis, either 2 or more youth is being killed in Palestine. Now this is a well-calculated and planned, systematic ideal whereby the future of the people of Palestine is completely cut off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have become very tired. We are tired of the abuse that is meted out at our brothers and sisters in the Holy Lands. I'm sure you have seen in social media our Honorable Minister of International Relations over and over again reiterating the call to the world to focus on the injustices perpetrated against Palestinians. We stand with her, we support her, and we also call upon the world to show justice on the people of Palestine. Because South Africa is a long-standing partner in solidarity with these oppressed people. Because remember, they stood with us, they supported us in our own struggle for freedom. It is only humanity or humanitarian for us to do the same. That is pay back time and stand with them. We firmly believe that they have the right to freedom, to justice, to self-determination. We therefore call on the world to be concerned at the death of Palestinians, just as they are showing concern at the death of anybody else in the world. This brings me to another very important notion or another important point that we've got to concentrate on, and that is of the International Criminal Court. Now, International Criminal Court, better known as the ICC, is supposed to issue warrant of arrest or arrest leaders who are found guilty of massacring or showing injustices to its population or to its nation. We have seen the ICC applying this law to leaders like Muammar Gaddafi, Putin, Umar al-Bashir, etc. This ICC has shown impartiality by even supporting the killing of some of these leaders. We have seen what they have done to Muammar Gaddafi, innocently killed for championing success and prosperity for his country. But now, when it comes to Palestine, the same ICC is showing partiality. The same ICC is showing double standards. We are yet to see, as Naledi Pando or Nadia Pando has rightfully said, we are yet to see a warrant of arrest issued out for the leaders of Zionist Israel and its allies. Remember, Israel is not standing alone in brutalizing the people of Palestine. America, France, and its allies are standing with the brutal regime of Zionist Israel. Furthermore, besides the ICC, we see the United Nations. Now, the United Nations, again, is a group of countries that come together to make sure that there is justice and not partiality regarding those who are oppressed around the world. But since its inception, since its starting, United Nations has shown partiality on the people of Palestine. We'll give you an example. Naledi Pando, again, our Minister of International Relations, she has noted something that we need to take our loudspeakers and shout about. And that is when Ukraine was invaded by Russia, or so-called invaded by Russia, the Security Council wanted to veto that Ukraine must be fast-tracked in being held, in being assisted even with arms to make sure that they gain freedom. But now South Africa has been calling upon the United Nations that when it comes to emergency issues of oppression, such as the oppression happening in Palestine, you have to bypass the Security Council and go straight to the General Assembly and take steps immediately to liberate the people who are oppressed. South Africa has been calling on that we need to go directly to the General Assembly, whereby all the countries of the world must come together and offer freedom to the people of Palestine. Now let me explain, let me make this easier. The Security Council is within the broader United Nations. But now the Security Council, only a selected few countries sit on the Security Council and they make decisions regarding what needs to be done around the world. Now, this Security Council, in most cases, they do the final say and recommend it to the general countries in the General Assembly. But then, when it comes to Palestine, they never applied this rule of going straight to the General Assembly and make all the countries of the world have a say in liberating Palestine. And furthermore, to conclude, besides the double standard of the United Nations, we see our own organizations around the world, international and local organizations around the world, including Muslim organizations, showing double standards and taking advantage of the pain and suffering of the people of Palestine. We have seen that a lot of organizations, they go to the extent of even using this to raise a lot of funds for their own agenda. The people of Palestine themselves have said that it is very unfortunate that today the struggle of Palestine is being used for personal enrichment by organizations, not only Christian organizations, but also Muslim organizations. We have seen people actually organizing all these bribes at every opportunity that they get in the name of raising money for the people of Palestine, without any transparency and without any accountability. And the most dangerous agenda also regarding the struggle of Palestine is the issue of spearheading the struggle in the name of ideology. Now this is the most dangerous one, whereby our own Muslims, because somebody else is on the forefront that is not with the same ideology as me, then I don't participate in the struggle for the freedom of Palestine. You find a Sunni, when he sees a Shia there, he says, no. As long as that person is on the forefront on the struggle for the freedom of Palestine, I don't participate. Or you see again the Shia on the other side say that as long as the Sunni is on the forefront regarding the liberation of the people of Palestine, I don't participate. Now we have divided this struggle along ideology line and we are losing the fight. We are scoring our own goals. We are shooting ourselves on the feet. And remember what the Quran says, as long as you are divided. And the Quran gives us a lot of examples in different battles that Nabi Muhammad participated. Those battles that Muslims were united, they were won. But the battles that Muslims were divided, they were lost. We see the same taking place. Why do you think for 75 years we don't see the freedom of Palestine? We Muslims ourselves, we are to blame at a large extent because of our divisions. So inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite our hearts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us change our niyat and purify our intentions regarding helping the people of Palestine, inshallah. And we have to make as loud noise as possible regarding the double standards of organizations like the ICC as well as the United Nations. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.